so we just got back from a trip to the mainland, and to get back to Hawaii, we used the vaccine exemption program. So I wanted to walk you through how this program worked, our experience with it, and some of the frequently asked questions that we get for it, plus one major tip that we are really glad that we used. Hi, I'm Erica from the Hawaii Vacation Guide, and let's jump into the details of this exemption program.
Good morning, Addie. Are you ready to go?
Henry, beep, beep, beep. Alarm's going off, bud.
Are you ready?
You ready to catch a flight?
Yeah.
Yeah, you are. Good morning. Good morning. Oh my gosh, I gotcha. Got pants on and shoes that can only mean one thing. It's a travel day. We're getting off the US mainland and we're heading home to Hawaii. We can't wait.
So 2 quick reminders that are applicable to anyone who is planning to come to Hawaii. So reminder number 1 is that masks are still required indoors. So this is accurate as of today. So if you are planning to come to Hawaii and you don't feel like you can wear a mask indoors, this probably isn't the best time for you to take a vacation here. And the second thing to cover is that there is still a 10-day quarantine in effect, and there are 2 ways to avoid this 10-day quarantine. One is the vaccine exemption process that we are talking about here, but you do not have to be vaccinated in order to come to Hawaii. You can still participate in the program that allows you to upload a negative COVID test within 72 hours of your last leg of departure in order to bypass the 10-day quarantine. I'm not going to go into that program here because we have a whole separate video on that, so make sure you click in the description below to watch that video and get all those details. So in this video, we are going a little bit more in depth in the vaccine exemption program because that is the newest option to bypass the 10-day quarantine. As a reminder, the information that I am sharing right now is accurate as of today, but if you want the most up-to-date information and you want to dive deep into the facts, don't just trust me, head to official government resources, head to hawaiicovid19.com, and there you can find all the up-to-date information about traveling to Hawaii and what to expect once you get here. They have an incredibly helpful FAQ section, and that should get you started. So to qualify for this program, you must have been fully vaccinated in the US. So I'm sorry to all of our international friends, but at the time that I'm recording this, you aren't eligible for a vaccine exemption. So that means you will need to go through the testing program if you want to skip the 10-day quarantine. So fully vaccinated means that it has been at least 15 days from the date of your last vaccination. So for example, for Pfizer and Moderna vaccine recipients, that would be at least 15 days have passed since the second shot, since you have received your second shot, and that is when you are considered fully vaccinated. Now, Hawaii isn't just going to trust you when you say that you have been vaccinated, so you will need to show proof of vaccination. On the screen, we have a list of the vaccination documentation that you can provide in order to prove that you have been vaccinated in the US and are eligible for this program. All right, so once you have been vaccinated and you've waited your 15 days, so you are fully vaccinated and you are planning a trip to Hawaii, your next step is to head to the Safe Travels website. So head to travel.hawaii.gov. From here, you will upload proof of your vaccine. So for us, that meant uploading a picture of our vaccination card. Once you do that, they will either be able to validate it digitally, so you'll get an immediate validation, or they will need to manually validate it at the airport. For us, we needed to have it manually validated at the airport. Here's one big note. Make sure you bring your actual vaccine documentation with you to the airport because they are going to want to see it. We've heard that even if you are digitally validated and they've said okay to your vaccine card, you will still need to bring it to the airport because sometimes they do check and ask for the actual card. Another big note here is there is no time constraint on this like there is with the testing. So for testing, you need to submit a test that has been taken within 72 hours of your last leg of departure before coming to Hawaii. With the vaccine exemption, you can apply for your vaccine exemption anytime. So once you book your trip, head to the Safe Travels website and you can apply for your vaccine exemption. There are 2 other ways that you can apply for a vaccine exemption and get your vaccine card or vaccine documentation verified. So you can use Clear or the Common Pass app to connect with your Safe Travels account and have your vaccine information verified. So once you've applied for your vaccine exemption, your all set until 24 hours prior to departure. So within 24 hours prior to departure, you're going to need to head back to that Safe Travels website and fill out your health questionnaire. So this is a quick questionnaire that checks in on your health before getting on the airplane. Once you fill out and submit your health questionnaire, you will be emailed a QR code. And this is the QR code that you will use upon arrival to make sure that you have done the whole process correctly. So that's what they'll use to validate your vaccine information and make sure that you have your health questionnaire done and let you through and on with your vacation. Another note about this QR code is you will want to hold on to that QR code, and you will want to make sure you keep track of your login information to the Safe Travels website. Because if you go rent a car, check into a hotel, check into your vacation rental, they will probably want you to see your QR code or have you log into your Safe Travels account so they can verify that you have qualified for an exemption, whether that's through a negative COVID test or through a vaccine, and you don't need to quarantine. So here is probably the most popular question that we get asked. What if you are traveling with unvaccinated minors? Well, if you are traveling with a minor who is 5 and older and unvaccinated, they will still need to go through the pre-travel testing program, even if you are vaccinated. So that means that you will definitely want to watch our travel testing videos to make sure you understand that process and make sure any minors traveling with you can get through and not have to quarantine as well. A little bit more about our process coming home. So we came home about 3 weeks after the vaccine exemption program went into place, and I was a little nervous about how this was going to go. So we applied for a vaccine exemption. We were, got the notice that we needed to have it manually verified at the airport, and I was a little concerned about how long this all would take. Luckily, we were flying Alaska Airlines out of San Francisco Airport, and Alaska has a program where they pre-clear you before you travel to Hawaii. So that means that they check all of your documents, make sure everything's good to go, and issue you a wristband that you can use to just sail through once you land in Hawaii. So had there been any long lines, we would have been able to skip everything once we landed and just walk on and get on with our day. As luck would have it, there really weren't any lines. Having pre-clear probably saved us maybe about 10 minutes of having things validated, but it was just nice peace of mind getting on the airplane with a 3-year-old and a dog, knowing that we would just be able to get off and everything was taken care of. So Hawaiian, Alaska, United, and Southwest participate in the pre-clear program. As of now, I don't think Delta and American are participating, but if you have flown on them and you know that they are participating, drop a comment down below and let everybody know. Keep us up to date. And if you are wondering when all of this pre-travel and vaccine exemption programs are set to end, Governor Ige has said that they will totally and completely end the Safe Travels program once Hawaii's vaccination rate reaches 70%. As of today, we are at 60%. So you can monitor and track that at hawaiicovid19.com. That is an excellent resource for all things traveling to Hawaii and how and what to expect when you get here. So I said this at the beginning, but it bears repeating. Travel requirements change quickly. And so to stay the most up to date, make sure you are visiting the official government resources. So head to hawaiicovid19.com to get the most up-to-date information. And also you can head to our website, thehawaiivacationguide.com, where we keep our newsletter subscribers up to date with all the happenings going on in Hawaii, which includes any travel updates. So head to our website to sign up for our newsletter and you will be kept in the know. Thanks so much for watching.